Alrighty, well,
welcome back again
to another episode of
Gives and Takes.
Thanks for joining us again. We hope everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving, and we really appreciate you for giving us some time for much needed TLC with our families. Mm-hmm. And we hope everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And that there wasn't too much family drama. But if there was, and it was good content, please send it in.
Right. And if it was, we'll fuck them up for you. Like, we're winding up.
Correct.
We are winding up for you, and we want to share your story.
Yeah, and you can be totally anonymous, but, like, if you had something absolutely bonkers go on in your family, like, even if you don't want us to read it on the pod, send it in, because we'll read it and give you our hot takes on the side.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. We don't need to read it on here.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, this week, we've got some hypothetical situations for everybody, and I think, if it's okay with everyone, we're just going to jump right in.
We're going to jump right in, especially because we just tried to do this 2 minutes before, and it deleted our video. So, we're going to skip all the chit-chat.
Yeah.
Because we already chit-chatted. So, all right, I'm literally just diving right in.
Please do. Yeah, I love it.
This is a really easy one that's just going to get our brains going.
Okay.
What age would Mike Tyson have to be for you to beat him in a boxing match?
3 years old.
I know, right?
Like, not, so, it's actually really funny. The story, his entire, like, story of, like, becoming a boxer is really interesting. And he, I guess at the age of 9, when he was 9 years old, was his first kind of real bully encounter. And it was with a boy in their neighborhood that was, and I'm just paraphrasing here, but it was a boy in their neighborhood that was like maybe 15, 16. And Mike, when he was younger, he had like pet pigeons.
Did not know that.
And to this day, he's still a really big bird guy. Like, he has like a hawk, or actually it's a falcon.
Oh my God.
And so anyways, this bully was just horribly picking on him over and over and over. And people were like, you got to stand up for yourself. And then this bully actually, and trigger warning, bad, but he like broke the bird's neck.
No.
Yeah. And so the bully
did.
The older, okay, first of all, Mike Tyson was like 9.
Aww.
And this guy was 16 doing this to,
sick.
Like psychopath behavior, right?
Yeah,
but anyways, everybody in the neighborhood was like getting on Mike Tyson about like, you need to go and like beat this guy's ass for doing that. And that was the first fight he was ever in. And he like beat him like to a pulp that like, there was an ambulance called, and like the kid was.
Why am I like happy for him?
Isn't that like? But he was 9.
Yeah, that's so. So like 3.
So I think I'd need to be like 3 or 4.
So to answer,
you need to be 3 or 4.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think 3 or 4 are like 107, but also like I'm not. But like that's the thing is like, am I about to like beat up a 107-year-old or a 3-year-old? Like, which one's worse?
True. Yeah, which one's worse?
I feel like I would rather be. This is so bad. I don't know. I was just about to say a kid, but like, I'm also a teacher. I can't say that.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because you've got child abuse or elder abuse, whatever way you pull it. So maybe I'll choose the 9-year-old. Because because then it's a fair fight, and at least I know he'd be able to do it, and at least I know he's not at 60, that he just was the other, and that, my God, you see him all double cheeked up and ready to take, They went into the locker room, and he was wearing like stirrups, like they looked like assless chaps. I swear to God, and the booty on that man is like unbelievable.
I bet it's rock hard.
It looks like a cartoon butt. Like, it looks like, it is like the most perfect badonk. It's nuts.
Wow.
So, I couldn't do 60, couldn't do any day in his heyday. I would die, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
And too old, I think I'm choosing 9, actually, maybe. Because then it's a little bit more of a fair fight. We're not talking about, like... Yeah.
I'm going to say 5.
Okay, 5 is good, I think.
5 is, honestly, I feel like that would be a pretty fair fight.
I agree. He was a really smart kid, too. Yeah. So, I feel like he's got his wits about him a little there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mentally at the same capacity. Him being 5, me older. Just kidding. That's a joke. I'm not hating on myself. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. So, I've got a couple of good ones here. Okay, we're going to do a funny one.
Okay.
So, $100 for every deviled egg you eat in 1 week.
Oh my god, I could eat so many.
I could too, like a disgusting amount.
Oh.
Okay, but here are the stipulations.
All right, let's hear them.
You can choose the number of eggs you want to eat before you start.
Okay.
This is a one-time, 1 week only deal. If you have any left after 7 days, you owe the $100 for each.
Okay.
They are the standard recipe: mayo, mustard, lemon juice, salt and pepper, and paprika.
So good.
1 whole egg, of course, is 2 deviled eggs that are 70 calories each.
Mm-hmm.
How many eggs do you want to go for?
I feel like I could throw back like 100 a day, maybe more.
Oh my god! 50 eggs? You could eat 50
I think I
eggs?
could do that. I think I.
Oh my god, I want a Ralph.
No,
I mean,
it would be like 200 halves.
Oh, so 100 eggs.
I think I could do 100 eggs.
So 200
halves.
200 deviled eggs.
Genuinely, I mean, if I'm doing it all day, like I can do like 25 here, 25. Wait, now that I say that, that would be so crazy.
That would be so many.
I had 3 halves.
That's 25. What is that? 8 times?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot of
Can I do some quick calculations?
schmubbled eggs. Yeah.
On my phone.
Yeah. Please.
Okay, I'm just
because this is a pretty in-depth like question, and also eggs. Okay, you got to think too. If each half is 70 calories, that's 7,000 calories
a day.
A day
Times 7. So I'd be eating 49,000 calories.
You'd be eating 49,000 calories, but let's do the math on this. Okay, so if you ate 200 eggs a day, times 7, times 100, because you get 100 for each. That's $140,000. I mean, I think I would try to get close to that.
I would try to get so close. I would try to do it. I think I could. I genuinely. I mean, those are so quick and easy to eat if you just have them like
so
out,
good.
you know, or in your fridge. Just like every time you pass the fridge, just like eating one.
Yeah.
That would be. I mean, that would be like a full year's work in a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah.
100%, no matter how sick I got. I'd probably never eat eggs ever again. I'd probably be so ill.
Okay, but think about also, like, you're married, so I mean, you know, but like, what about the farts? Like, that would, oh my god, your gas and your enterology would just be like, help me!
Oh my
like,
God.
you'd be struggling, but it's $140,000, so you've got doctor visit money, you've got the money to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say a day. I was thinking 100, so I'm thinking 50 eggs.
Yeah, that's
like
doable.
I'm thinking like 100 deviled eggs. It's a little bit more doable. What is the math on that? 100 times 100, but it's also times 7, because you get $100 for each egg you eat.
Right.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it just be if you're dividing it? So you'd get 70,000.
Oh, 70. Okay.
Right.
Oh yeah, dividing by 2.
That's easy.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. There's 100 ways to do 100 different math problems.
There really are, and that's why it's so fucking confusing, and that's why I hate it so much. Why are there so many? But the thing is, the math is always going to be math, which to me, I do like that there's a resolute to that. You know what I mean? Like with history or philosophy or with some of these other.
It depends on like how you look at it.
Yeah.
Or who's telling the story, like all of that jazz.
Exactly, but with math, there's always a definitive answer.
Yeah.
Which I do like that, but my math brain has not been like tickled, and you know I don't use it on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
That I kind of created a disdain for it at this point.
I get that though. I really do. I totally get that. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes, I am. Let's do it.
Just send them all to myself.
It's great.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
So $5 million a year, but every day for that year, you'll face the worst fear of your life for 5 minutes, and every single day it's different. So here's the catch.
Mm-hmm.
So for 365 days, every single day, you will be teleported into one of your worst fears for exactly 5 minutes.
Ugh.
You get to choose the time that it happens. Each day, you'll face a different fear. It could be anything from heights, darkness, spiders, social anxiety, claustrophobia, etc. Some fears may repeat, others could be new, and you'll have no way of predicting what you'll face each day. Each day is a new challenge. You only have 5 minutes to endure it. You won't be injured, harmed, or physically affected by the fears, and you'll be perfectly safe during the experience. It will be purely psychological damage. So after all that time, a year, you will have the $5 million. Do you accept the challenge?
Can we see the calculator again?
Of course.
365
Divided by?
times 5.
Oh.
'Cause I'm
Oh, the minutes.
yeah. And then
Divided by 60?
divided by, I'm going to do, what were you going to do? 60?
Like
An hour.
To see
Like
how many hours.
Yeah, I was going to do maybe days. Okay, so 30 hours.
Okay.
30 hours, so a little bit over a day.
Yeah. Of your worst fear.
Of my worst, but it's random fears. And also, I have a couple of follow-up questions. Do they know what my fears are?
Yeah.
Okay, so they know what my fears are.
Yeah.
Let's like pretend it's like in a magical world or whatever. Yeah. They just know what all my fears are.
It's like Harry Potter, that like closet thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or the thing in the closet. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
It's like a Horcrux? No,
that's when your soul splits. the box. Oh my god, why can I not think of the name of the box?
Yeah.
It sounds it's ridiculous. Is the thing that you do to like basically change it into, oh my god. It's not like the Ouroboros because that's a court of thorn and roses. What is it?
Boggart.
Oh, a boggart. Yes. Yeah. It sounds like one of the things from Quidditch. Okay, so 30 days.
30 hours.
30 hours of my worst fears. Okay, so let me just tell you a couple. Run through. My fears are clowns, spiders.
That'd be so scary.
I know.
God, that'd be scary.
Like murderous clowns too. So rednecks. But like with guns, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like God, crazy rednecks. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm getting the chills. Yeah. I think I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. The psychological warfare of that alone, I think I would end up being crazy by the end of the year. You know what I mean? Like I think I would actually go kind of nuts. Mm-hmm. And so to me, my mental health is not even worth $5 million. $5
million?
I know, it's $5 million, but I literally have the chills right now just thinking of a few of them.
Right.
And they would know all of them.
Yeah.
Like even the ones that I can't think of on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
That are probably the worst ones because they're like living in my subconscious. You know what I mean?
Completely.
I think I would truly probably go clinically insane.
Ooh,
I know.
Scary.
I can't. What about you? Would you do it?
So when I looked at this one, I initially thought like no, because I thought of like big spiders. Like that would be fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Or the social anxiety one. Like imagine like you just magically like go in the middle of a stage and you're in front of like tens of thousands of people and you're like either mid-song that you don't know the lyrics to,
mm-hmm.
or you're like mid-speech that you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would terrify me. But think about how much you would grow after. It's like that challenge that like a lot of spiritual people do. It's like 100 days of rejection or something like
mm-hmm.
that. Where,
rejection therapy.
Yeah. So if you go out and like you're purposefully looking for things that people will reject you, like asking people for $100 like on the street, or asking people to buy you coffee or whatever it is, and like you are looking for a no, but like that helps you to become like to overcome that fear of rejection. So I think after a full year of like facing every fear, I wouldn't be scared anymore, because I'd just be like, oh, it's just another day of me singing a song in front of 10 million people, and I'm not scared of that anymore because I've already done it 2 times, or how many ever times.
Yeah.
I think that I would do it. And then with the $5 million, I'd get a really good therapist.
Yeah.
And I would see every single day.
Yeah, you would need it. You would need it.
Right?
I don't know.
It's scary.
Yeah, I think the fear of fear
mm-hmm.
compels me to say no, probably.
I respect it.
But the growth thing, I do understand. I just don't know, like, how I'm gonna, like, mentally grow from having a billion fucking spiders crawling all over me for 5 minutes. Like, maybe multiple times a year. I don't know, like, what growth happens there. I feel like I just snap.
It's just, yeah.
I just snap.
It's just a snap.
I don't, but maybe it's fear of fear, and maybe that's something that I can work on. Everybody can stay tuned. Okay, so next one for me. Okay, kind of going along with what you just asked, like your last one. It's another kind of psychological.
Yeah.
Would you? You were offered $50 million, but you will lose all 5 senses for 6 months. Do you accept the offer? Now here are the stipulations. I know.
Oh my gosh.
You're walking home late at night when a van pulls up beside you. Before you can react, you've been thrown into the van. Inside, a Russian mafia boss sits across from you. He offers you $50 million if you agree to take part in an experiment.
Damn.
If you accept, for 6 months, you will lose all of your senses. No sight, no sound, no touch, no taste, or smell. To make this happen, they'll inject you with 5 separate serums. Each one is designed to temporarily eliminate a specific sense. The mafia will ensure you don't suffer severe harm during this experiment.
Severe harm.
Right.
Mild harm.
You're going to stub your toe on every fucking thing. The purpose of the experiment is to test a new weapon designed to completely immobilize enemies, and you're the subject. If you survive the 6 months and retain your sanity, the $50 million is yours. So that's a stipulation too. You have to maintain sanity.
Yeah. Holy shit.
If you don't accept the offer, the mafia boss assures nothing terrible will happen. He's in a good mood. However, you'll get a minor beating because why not? Do you accept the offer? How long do you think you could stand this?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, like, to be without, you would have no idea where you were. Like, because I don't know, what's that called?
Touch?
Yeah, but it's like when Helen Keller like learned how to talk.
Braille?
Yeah, it's like I don't know Braille, so like I couldn't like read like where I was.
You also couldn't feel it.
I couldn't. Yeah,
you
exactly.
couldn't even feel the Braille.
No one could tell me.
Yeah.
They could like. What I'm thinking is like the mafia has like another like reason for this, and like they're going to severely hurt me. You could be beaten every single day or worse. I mean,
or as a woman.
That's exactly where my mind went.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I was very skeptical. I'm gonna say no, especially because it's like I'm not making a deal with the mafia, like no matter what. I'm sorry, you guys. You might be awesome. I've just heard rumors, so
yeah. I mean, it's the mob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say no. It's a lot of money. I would say like, hey, maybe for $10 million, take one of my senses away, or like I don't know, do like one thing at a time. But just all of it, you would be like. I don't know. You would just be floating in space and time, and you'd have no idea where you were, what time it was. You'd have no sense of reality or like groundedness. You would just be a speck of dust floating in the wind. So that's what I think about that.
Aren't we all ready?
Kind of,
to get real, introspective. We're just, those things where it shows like Earth and then it just keeps like expanding out like into outer space, and I'm just like, okay, so why do I have to pay taxes? So why is there suffering?
Yeah.
Why am I working? Yeah. I'm also not taking it. I'm taking the mild beat down, and hopefully that's all they're doing. But yeah, I mean, you think of when I read that, my mind immediately went to, for sure, like as a woman, what their ulterior actual motives are. Yeah. We couldn't feel them actually doing anything to us.
That's awful.
And think about at like 6 months, you wake up and you're like pregnant, or something. I mean, just insane. And also, who's to say? I mean, this is the mob. So this is the mafia. Who's to say we're actually getting out of this after 6 months?
I don't think that we are. I don't think that we are.
I don't think we are either. I think we're just mush then. And what my mind also went to was people in solitary confinement. So there's, just a slew of research and documentation of people that spend an extended amount of time in solitary confinement, like in prison systems and things like that, which is basically you do not interact with any other people, and it is just black in there. Like there's no light. There might be like a tiny, tiny bit of light, but from what I understand, there's hardly any light. You're completely secluded in there. You get like 1 hour, I believe. This is I'm generalizing things, but I think that this is like the standard. You get 1 hour of outside time a week.
Oh, no.
And no interaction with anybody else. And I'm forgetting what like the actual statistics are, but I think after something like 6 months or 5, it's between like 3 months and a year, you just completely lose your mind. The gist of what I'm trying to say is that at a certain point, you will lose your sanity in complete solitary confinement, meaning like no people. And this is if you can still see, you can taste, you can touch, you still have all your senses.
Yeah.
You're just secluded from other people. If you basically were that and had no sensory of the world, I honestly feel like your brain would just become mush after like a week.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing it.
No.
You're not doing it.
No. We're gonna pass.
We're gonna pass.
Thanks for the offer, Mafia, but no. Thanks for nothing.
Just beat me.
Just beat me. Just give me one stub toe.
Yeah, just one stub toe, and at least give me like a shot of vodka before you beat the hell out of me.
Yes, please. All right. My last one is you meet a genie who presents you with 4 options. Number 1, you return to the day of your 13th birthday with all of the knowledge that you've gained in your life. Option number 2, $250,000 deposited into your bank account tax-free. Option number 3, guaranteed immortality to the age of 80. 4, a 15-minute presentation of what happens in the next 100 years, but you are forbidden from taking notes. What would you choose?
Can I look at the list real quick, like as I'm deciding? I think I'm taking $250,000 direct into my bank account.
Easy.
Honestly, I don't think that I would want all of the information when I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would want to know how everything played out. You know,
I would be ready to hear it.
I don't think I would have been ready to hear it. It would have been great, I think, for my younger self to know in the end that a lot of stuff like with my family and things like that worked out, and that I get a lot more time with people than I thought, you know. But certain things like relationships I go through or this or that. There's actually a really good movie out right now, and I haven't watched it yet, but it has Audrey Plaza in it, and she essentially randomly, this young girl, essentially something happens, I don't know if it's magical, I don't know enough about it, but she meets her older self that's like 15 years older or whatever the age is. So she gets to talk to her, and I think it's just too much. I think that the way that the universe works out and the way that I've come to the conclusion of everything happens for a reason, I feel like that would be squandered by like knowing all of these things. I feel like I'd have a lot less like faith in the universe working itself out naturally and meeting the right people and my vibe attracting my tribe, because I feel like I'd be on like high alert and trying to like pick and choose. I'd be playing God in my own life. And I think that the way that God and the universe has shown up for me in my life is exactly how it was supposed to. I don't think I'd want to know. One way or another. So I'm taking the money and running, girl.
I love it.
What about you?
I definitely thought about number 1 too. Like just like thinking about at the age of 13 having all that information and that knowledge. I feel like that would have helped me with years. That would have helped me not had to go through therapy as much as I have to now, and like, you know, have to like unwire these thoughts that people have put into my brain, or like toxic people have, you know, cemented into me that I'm still trying to unkink. But it would have really saved me some time, is what I'm trying to say. But I agree with you. Like, I think that everything happened as exactly how it was supposed to, because we were meant to experience those things, no matter how devastating and tragic and really fucking time consuming. Like, I do think that it has turned me into the person who I am today, and I'm passionate about like coaching, and I'm passionate about what we're doing here because that I've been through the fucking ringer, and I think that like we all have, and like you and I are here because of that, and I think that that's what made us who we are. So I definitely thought about the like option number 1, like at 13 years old, like just having all that knowledge. But First of all, I definitely was not in the space to hear it. If someone magically came up to me, I'd be like, okay, like, I'm going to go back to playing Webkins or whatever. Did we play Webkins at 13, or is that...
We might have and just not told anybody. Like, when we're home alone, like, on a day that, like, the cool kids didn't want to invite us out. Like, we might have, like, had our...
Closet Webkin days.
We might have checked in at the mines to get some gems.
Welcome to the curio shop. Yeah, I might have checked in at the curio shop a few times at age 13. But, essentially, I'm taking the money, too.
Yeah, yes! We're taking the money. And hopefully they ask both of us, because then we've got $500,000, and then we're going on vacation. We're doing crazy things, we're doing exercises. The two, and even if I win, I'd give you half of that.
Yeah.
You know, I'd give that around, because that's free money, and that's kind of like a God universe thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't need all that. But then you and I feel like we would do like exercise where it's like, let's write a letter to our 13-year-old self.
Yes.
And so we'd still do, we'd find a way to incorporate the other ones without having to fully commit to like the torment and the potential like time continuum ripple that we would create because we'd be playing God.
Yeah.
So
we
could just do something therapeutic.
I like that
instead.
Yeah.
I love it.
Long vacation.
Very long. very, very long vacation. Okay, so my last one.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather live the rest of your life as a minimum wage earner in the 2020s, so kind of this decade, or as a billionaire in the 1950s? Here are the stipulations.
I think I have my answer.
Right. Basically, you'd live the rest of your life in the current era as a minimum wage earner or as a millionaire in the 1950s. If you choose the latter, you would be transported to a random year in the 1950s. The richest man in the 50s was Paul Getty at $10.5 billion. So you would get, say, $20 billion and live out the rest of your life from that point. If you choose the former, so living as a minimum wage, you would continue living on the current world, but you would be earning whatever the minimum wage is for the city you currently live in. I mean, what are your thoughts?
It feels like a no-brainer, but then, like, I started thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, like, I would have to leave, like, my friends and family behind. If I didn't have to do that, I would definitely be the billionaire in the 1950s. That'd be fun as hell.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
But you're also a woman in the 1950s.
That's true, too.
But you're a billionaire woman, so it's like...
At that point, I'm basically
a man. Yeah, you're finally a man with being the richest person on earth in the 50s. Oh my gosh.
That is actually a really great question. That really has me pausing to think. Like I said, if I didn't have to leave my family, like if somehow we could all be transported back there, easy. Like that is so. If I could still be married to James, like we're a billionaire couple together. You're my next door neighbor. You're also billionaires. Like that'd be so easy to choose that. But again, like women's rights and stuff. But then we could be leading the movements.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
true.
We could invest in all the right things. I wonder if we would have our same knowledge now, or would we like truly be like a 1950s person who doesn't know the future, or do we know what we know now?
Oh, we don't. I don't think any of that.
No, we don't know what we know now.
Well, we might actually. It doesn't say anything for that or against it. Also, I was doing a quick little search about when women got the right to vote, and it was women's suffrage was the 19th Amendment was 1920. So
we could vote.
So we could vote, at least. We could be pulling the strings of every president. If we had the knowledge that we have today, I'm for sure choosing to go back to the 1950s.
That'd be amazing.
Because I'd be pulling every string in this country, in the world. I'd be putting so much of that money into things that are going to be like taking off, like modern medicine and what have you, and women's right and holistic medicine. Yeah. And, oh my God, I'd just be pouring into all these things. And then I'd be my family then would be even richer. Because my grandmother was born in 1941 and she's still around.
Yeah.
So if I was, 10 years old or whatever, hopefully I've already created like a nice little Easter egg. Aww. Or a little nest egg, for like my family and generations to come.
Yeah.
And just knowing that I left the world like a better place. than what I found it with all that money.
Aww.
But that's the thing. Or did you go back to the 1950s and you have like the mindset of a woman in the 1950s? It didn't specify that.
I know.
And so the mindset of a rich woman in the 1950s is very different than 2024.
Yeah.
You don't know all of the things that are going to happen. You don't know about the 60s or the 70s and women's rights movements and war and, you know.
And
so
Woodstock.
And Woodstock. Oh, God. I'd be the owner of Woodstock.
We
would invent Woodstock, and we'd do it much cleaner and much safer because, my God, that was done so kind of cataclysmically.
Yeah.
You know, it was crazy the way
was.
that they did it, but hell yeah, I would have loved to go.
Right?
But yeah, I don't know. So I think I am taking the money, though, and trying to figure out ways to spread that out and create, like, if I were able to do that, I think 2024 would look a lot different today, even if I didn't have the knowledge of me today. What about you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so with you.
Yeah, picking...
Like, I feel like we would run that shit if we were back there and if we had the knowledge.
Yeah.
Like you said, even if we didn't, things would be different.
Well, we'd still be us, you know? So I think with our good hearts, I think that is still something that would come through in being that wealthy.
Yeah.
Like, I think that we would still have our hearts, even if we didn't have all of our knowledge, we would still be using that money for the greater good. And we'd still, I think, you know, whatever, oh my God, the 50s, what is it, 80 years later or something like that, we'd still be making such an impact.
Yeah. And to go through the eras with you, like to go through the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like pay anything for that? Like
Yeah.
how fun would that be to see ourselves in those different time periods and like just the stages of our lives? Like I can seriously picture us like jamming out in the 80s
Totally.
to like a Madonna concert front row or like you know in the 70s.
Oh, Madonna.
I know.
Madonna, prime Madonna. Oh my God.
We would love that.
Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, Freddie Mercury.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And, I mean, think about, like, serial killers and stuff like that, too. Like, while they're happening, like, in the 80s, if you're the richest person, basically, in the world...
You would know about them.
I am creating, like, my own task force to figuring it out.
Yeah.
I'm creating, like, what is it called? I think it's called CODIS, which is, like, the DNA. I'm figuring that stuff out way before the government finally gets around to doing it.
Hell yeah.
And I'm locking those pieces of shit up and throwing away the key.
Yeah.
Much earlier.
And if we do have the knowledge that we know now, we would hire snipers, and then we would just take them out one by one.
I'd do it myself.
True.
I would, because
Yeah.
I'm rich. What are you going to do to me?
I'm rich. I love that so much.
I'm rich, and I control everything. What are you going to do to me?
Yeah, we pay
You
the
think
cops
you're
in
gonna?
this
You think?
town.
Yeah, you think in the world we pay the cops in this country for sure. You think that little old highway killer, and I don't mean any disrespect by this, but you think that he stands a chance against me, the richest woman in the world? Absolutely not. Count your days. Count your fucking days.
So good.
Well, that's
That
all
was
I
a great
had.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a little fun surprise for us.
I love it.
This is the surprise that I was telling you about.
Okay.
Okay, I have to like pull it up. And then I want your reaction and like what you're seeing, and then I want you to explain what's going on. So here's the mic.
I have the mic. Oh my God! Oh my God! Sorry, everybody, that was so fucking loud. Probably Sabrina's gonna have to turn that down. What she has bestowed upon me is gives and takes merch, you guys. Oh my God, she made it. We made it. It's gives and takes merch. And we're gonna do a little bit of a close-up, but that's just a sneak peek.
Yeah.
You guys don't get to see everything yet unless you want to buy. So, oh my God, we've got, this is fucking incredible.
You can look at the different colors too.
Okay, we've got a crew neck. Oh my fucking God, this is incredible. Thank you for doing this.
Sorry.
Oh my God, it's so incredible, you guys. So we've got crew necks, we've got multiple different colors, and they all look incredible. It's got our yin and yang symbol.
I know.
We've got a coffee mug, we've got a tote bag. So that's all coming to you soon. Please please,
it's on our Etsy.
It's on our Etsy. So we will, what is our Etsy?
It's Gives and Takes.
It's just Gives and Takes on Etsy. So what we would love for you to do is please go and purchase some of our merch on our Etsy. Oh my God. Well, I'm going to be ordering everything in every color.
Yeah.
So we better get to that.
I know. I chose a lot of colors because I like this one.
I do too. I really like that pink as well,
the pink
actually.
Is working. Honestly, I only chose the red for Christmas time.
Okay.
I'm usually not a red gal, but like this is screaming Christmas.
Yeah.
Also on the side, it's not really showing it, but on the sleeve it says Take or Tot.
Oh, we love that. We love that. Take or Tot on the sleeve.
Yeah.
Crew necks, because as you know, Sabrina and I both have sensory issues. We can't handle the hood.
No.
If enough of you want hoodies, though, we absolutely will add something like that on here. Because now we have the incredible designs by Sabrina. They all look just so good in our tote bags.
The 15-ounce mug, because I only drink like a gallon of coffee or tea. Like, I will not have... If you give me a 12-ounce cup, I'm throwing it.
Right.
Like, this is 15 ounces only.
It's not enough. We need lots of liquid.
Yeah.
And our tote bags look incredible. They come in multiple different colors and with either Take or Tot or like the Gives and Takes logo on it. So this is such an amazing surprise. Thank you. And such an amazing step forward, I think, for us and our podcast. So thank you. I'm so excited.
Of course. Yes.
Tell the group. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah. So go
excited.
to our Etsy at Gives and Takes, and then I'm pretty sure that I can figure out how to upload it on TikTok, like in the TikTok shop. I just need to figure that out. So just a quick few background things that I need to figure out, but it will be sold on there at some point. So check that out, and we will hopefully be wearing them next time that you see us.
Yes, we will. Yeah. We absolutely will, in fact.
In the next 5 to 7 business days, we will be definitely doing that. So, I'm really excited about it, and I just wanted to surprise you.
Oh my God!
I wanted to show it to you so bad, but like I thought that this would be fun to like
you little minx hiding that from me.
Little minx.
But this was so much better. I think.
Right?
Yeah. Oh my God, I could cry honestly, just like thinking about like. Because again, we got our first snow here,
I
so
know,
like
right?
just thinking about being snuggled up like in our merch is just incredibly exciting. Thank you for doing that.
Of course, yeah.
You're like our creative. So we're also going to be working on. So tonight, I don't think we talked about this, but we're going on a business date, so that's why our episode's a little bit shorter today. We're going to be figuring some back end stuff out. We're going to be getting some sexy martinis in a sexy bar.
So excited.
And I don't know where I was going with that, other than talking about like our merch and talking about I'm even more excited. Basically, is what I'm saying, to talk about like our next steps and continue to move forward.
Yes,
this is just so exciting! Yay!
We're doing it.
So continue to follow us on all of our socials. Please buy some of that beautiful, gorgeous merch on our Etsy, and we will plan to see you next week.
Sounds great. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.